have a red band on your wrist, it's probably because we had some trouble with the trunk stability push-up on the FMS screen. So what this is showing is that the muscles of the trunk are perhaps not working together as well as they could to help create and set a neutral spine before a force is exerted. So what we really want is all the muscles around the trunk to be able to kind of tighten down and create this corset effect so the spine can stay neutral when we're trying to produce or absorb force. And this is telling us that maybe it's a little bit off, maybe it's not quite doing it right now. So things that we're going to want to stay away from, pretty much anything in a push-up position is not going to be our friend, especially if we're doing it for long periods of time. So any planks, any hovers, side planks, side hovers should be done relatively short. When I say short, I mean less than 10-second sets. So if you find yourself in a class or in a workout and they're trying to do minute sets, I would go short sets, take a breather. Short sets, take a breather, and keep going up through that way. We also want to be careful of heavy pressing movements. We know that we're having trouble stabilizing when a force is exerted through the front, so we don't want to put the body in that position too much, otherwise we can start to wear and tear on the lumbar spine more than we want to. Now there's a couple great corrective exercises that we can do to help get rid of this red band as soon as possible.
For the upper body fish flops, we're going to pretend that our lower body is entirely inactive and we're going to try and roll ourselves from front to back or back to front only using the upper body. It is so important to time this movement with the breath, taking a big inhale to prep and then a smooth exhale through the entire range of motion. As I open, I'm going to drive with the arm and lead with the head. And as I come from the back to the stomach, I'm going to lead with the head, trying to take my nose towards the ground. Standing, making yourself as long as possible, reach down towards the ground, keeping the legs as straight as possible. Walk the hands out until achieving a plank. The big thing to focus on here is when we find that plank position, making sure that the hands are directly under the shoulder. Pause in that plank position, making sure the neck is long, and then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands, again keeping the legs as straight as possible, as long as possible.